Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a video doing an unboxing, review, and first time test of several of the Happy Nuts products. And this is going to be their hair trimmer, their man slab soap, as well as their comfort cream. These are three products that the company sent to me for review in this video. And so what we'll do in this video is we'll walk through the packaging, the products, and then I'll walk through shaving my face with the actual hair trimmer. As always, if you're interested in potentially purchasing these, I'll leave links in the description below. Okay, so here are the three products that we're going to review in this video. On the left-hand side here, we have the Lumberjack Electric Hair Trimmer, which is really an all-purpose body, nut, and nose hair trimmer. It's really for everywhere except for your face. We'll go through each of these one by one. In the middle here, we have the Man Slab, which is a natural soap, really tailored towards your nuts and washing that area. Next up, we have the Happy Nuts Comfort Cream, which is a lotion of powder, which is really going to be tailored towards like a non-chafing cream. So we'll go through each of these one by one. First off, we'll start with the hair trimmer. So the Lumberjack Electric Hair Trimmer, it's really tailored towards your body, nuts, and nose hair, not your face. On the side here, it shows what's included. So there's going to be the actual trimmer, a nose trim head, a body trim head, 2 separate guards, and then they note that it's going to have a USB-C charging cable, which will be nice because you can charge it readily through a wall outlet without relying on other kind of sources for power. As far as on the back here, what it mentions about the blade is it's a nut-safe blade. Hair trimming blade is engineered for nut keeping. Say goodbye to cuts, nicks, pulling, tugging, and snags. It's a precision trimmer. The nose and ear trimmer head features stainless steel blades that rotate 360 degrees for precision, efficient and close cut. Powerful 7,500 RPM ultra quiet motor. It's high power yet low vibration, tames coarse hair with ease. And then it's long lasting rechargeable battery. Talk about stamina. The lithium ion rechargeable battery lasts up to 90 minutes on a single charge. The fact that it's a lithium battery is pretty nice. I have a lithium battery in my electric toothbrush, and it does last much longer than your classic batteries, so that's always something that's nice, so you don't have to recharge this on a regular basis. And here they kind of show you, it's got the nose trimmer, the 2 guards, and then the actual trimmer. And then it says the only lumberjack that doesn't cut wood. That's funny. So we'll get this open real quick. Let me see how to open it. I'm not entirely sure with this box. Right here. And so right here off the bat, you see the trimmer here. We'll take this out of the packaging. So first off, first impressions, it's got the Happy Nuts logo on the bottom here. There's a power button right here, and then the blades. If you look here, the blades are interesting because it's actually got like a plastic guard here underneath the blade. Typically, if you have like other hair trimmers like my Conair and stuff, it actually has a metal guard, so that's probably why it's more protective as far as shaving down in your nether regions, as we would call it. And then on the back here is like the actual blades. So they're very small blades, not too large, and they're pretty flat. And then it's an angled design from that standpoint. So let's turn it on off. So immediately it turns on. You can see that it goes back and forth as your typical razor would. And touching it, it actually does not pull whatsoever. So putting it on my skin here, it actually is very, very safe from that standpoint. I'm actually surprised by this because you never know with these types of things how it would work and function. But yeah, it goes against your skin. Just shaving my hair here on my hand, it looks like it works without any issues. This shaves right down. And it's definitely not tugging or pulling at all. So that's pretty impressive. I'm surprised by that because I really didn't know what to expect coming into this. But it turns on, off. That's really the only function. Let me see if there's any other function, but yeah. So pretty impressive as far as the blade, the fact that it's not shaving or cutting you. And then we'll take a look at what else comes in the packaging here. So what we got here is the USB cable. So it's got a USB-A port to a USB-C port. The ports on the bottom here plugs into here. It does not come with a wall outlet, so you'll have to get a wall outlet adapter or connect this through your phone or other USB device as far as that. Then they have the hair trim or the nose trimmer. So we'll take a look at this one. And so this is what it looks like. We'll kind of mess with this and see. Oh, so it pulls, as far as the pieces, it comes right off directly. So you pull straight up and slide it into place. So that slides and clicks into place, and it's pretty sturdy from there. And when you turn it on, it doesn't look like it's actually working. I'll have to see. We'll test this out in a moment in the bathroom, but basically you can hear it kind of hemming, but I don't see it actually moving, so maybe I just don't have this all down. Let me see if I just... Yeah, so it's... I don't know if that's actually working. We'll have to test it out in a moment, but there's a slight hem to it, or hum to it. Let me make sure I didn't... Yeah, it's working, so maybe it's just, that's how it works. It's very quiet. And then lastly, there are two guards in here. So we'll take a look at these two just to be comprehensive. So one guard is this smaller, I don't know the dimensions on this, I'll have to look at the packaging, but one guard is this smaller guard here, which you can, I don't know, use to get longer hair. I don't know exactly what you'll use these for. Well, body trimming, I guess, if you're shaving your hair on like your body or chest area or something like that. But it slides on and off the guard. A little bit difficult to get on and off here, as you can tell. Like, it does slide on, but it does click into place and stay sturdy, but you have to like hold it down and press it off to slide it off. And then this is one that's a little bit larger as well, very similar design, where it clicks directly onto it and then slides off. So you have a preference of these two guards. Really quick, let me just look at the instruction manual, get a sense of what size these are so you know, and give me 1 second. Okay, so in the instruction manual, it's actually useful for these two guards. So the smaller guard is actually, they're going to be adjustable. So it's 1 millimeter, 3 millimeters, and 5 millimeters. And then the larger guard is actually going to be 7, 9, and 11 millimeters. So you do have a wide range of use. How it works though is what you basically do is slide it on. And when you click it into place, it can slide at different lengths there. So it's very subtle, but it clicks at different slots on here. And that's what tells you the depth. It's a little bit cumbersome to a certain extent because it's not the smoothest of things, but it does click at the different lengths. So through these two separate guards, you should be able to kind of spread across 1 millimeter all the way up to 11 millimeters based on your personal preference and everything. But that's everything for the actual body trimmer. Now what we'll do is we'll start looking at the other products and going over the man slab as well as the comfort kit. All right, so next up we're going to talk about the Happy Nuts man slab, which is a natural soap really tailored towards your groin area, as far as being a product that's emphasized for that. I'm not entirely sure how this will be different than other soaps, but we'll look at the packaging and kind of get a gist of it. But it says man slab on the front. It's going to be a 5-ounce bar, and then it says naughty list on the side, natural soap, naughty list as well on the back. So what it says here is it's going to be clean and crisp, infused with coconut oil. It's charcoal activated. Just the tips, it says remove slab from the box. Please recycle the box. So this is always good as far as packaging. Get moist. Yeah, we're not afraid to say it. Slide the slab over your spicy spots and then rinse and enjoy your happy nuts. As far as ingredients here, it says like coconut oil, canola oil, glycine, which is soybean oil, butyrospinone purca, which is shea butter, water, sodium hydroxide, olive oil, and then sunflower oil, activated charcoal, and fragrance. So really all the ingredients in here are going to be oils of some form. Then sodium hydroxide is probably the preservative that's in here, and then they do have a fragrance. On the top here, they actually have nuts with the soap. You can actually see below that. But as far as the bar, it's actually a very large bar, as you can tell here. It's one solid bar. It feels like soap. It's got a soapy texture to it. Not too soft, like you can't, pressing on it, you can't imprint it, which is nice, meaning that it's going to last a little bit longer. And the aroma, it's like, I'd say like kind of like an evergreeny kind of smell, very natural smell. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think there's anything in here like menthol or anything that would provide any actual feeling sensation, but it's really going to be oils that'll clean down in your general region. But that's it. Typically what you would do with this type of soap is basically wash, lather it up, and then put it on the side onto some sort of like drying rack of some form. With hard soaps like this, if you leave it in the actual shower or on like a rack in the shower, a lot of it'll get soapy and kind of gross because it'll get too soggy and wet and it'll waste a lot of the soap. So what I recommend is use this, put it on the side, let it dry between shower sessions, and then that'll create the longevity for this. I'm not entirely sure of the prices. I didn't look at the prices for this, but typically with bar soaps, it's much more affordable than your classic soap. So you do tend to save a lot of money for that, but we'll have to try this out. What I'll do is when I shave with this the trimmer in the bathroom, I'll lather this up and get a general sense of how it lathers as well. So we'll do that in a moment. Lastly, before we do that though, I did want to discuss their comfort cream. And so this is going to be a lotion to powder. I reviewed a similar product by, I don't remember the company, but they had a lotion to powder where it basically comes out as a lotion and then transfers over to like a powder that was like a tapioca powder. So this will be interesting to see a comparison. But this is going to be what's it say? Unbelievable fresh. It's sweat protection, odor neutralizing, anti-bat wing. I don't know what that means really, to be honest. Prevents chafing, aloe for soothing, and manly scent. So really it's an antiperspirant, like anti-chafing powder, as well as like aloe for soothing. And it says no water, I guess. I don't know what these emblems mean. I'll have to look at the back, but it's a 3.4 ounce container or 100 milliliters. It says it's made in the USA. Just the tips on the back. It says make sure application area is dry. Apply a small amount of lotion to your nuts, thighs, and any area that experience wetness or chafing. Allow a few moments to dry as silky powder. Optional, do a happy dance to help dry faster. Wash your hands after application. Voila, happy nuts. So that's what it shows there. And then it says here, we donate a portion of proceeds to prostate cancer prevention and research, which is always nice, a good cause. And then as far as ingredients here, it's a little bit fine print, but basically it says aloe, tapioca starch, which is really the anti-chafing property that'll dry, like when it goes from lotion to drying, that's really where you'll get your anti-chafing aspect. Propane diol, coconut fruit, let's see, there's like triglyceride and lantoin, cocos, which is like coconut, oat bran extract, xanthan gum, glycerin, carbamol, perfume or fragrance, and then yeah, there's a couple preservatives in here that looks like, and then it's mainly the anti-chafing products that are the main bulk of this. It says never tested for animals, just us dudes, and please recycle, separate cap from tube for external use only. So that's really the gist of this as far as packaging and everything. Real quick, we'll open this and kind of get a general sense of how it performs. With these, it's going to be, the nice part of it being a lotion is you should be able to spread it pretty widely and allow it to spread across a wider area by doing that. So this small dab basically spread across the top of my hand. As far as aroma, it's actually a very pleasant aroma. It's kind of like a cologne-y smell. It actually smells very nice, to be honest. It smells like a typical cologne. I'm not entirely sure which cologne I would describe it as, but it's pleasant. If you get this and you like the aroma, it's something you'll probably stick with. But I wouldn't complain about this aroma. It's very different than the Man Slab, to be honest. So I'm not entirely sure how these work as far as using this followed by this product, because the aromas are different. This is much more evergreeny kind of smell versus this is more of like a aqua, not a beachy, but like a fresh, like it almost kind of reminds me of like I don't remember what cologne I used way back when, but it's very like fresh smell. It smells like a cologne. It's pleasant. So either way, so it dried on it's like dry pretty much. As it dries now, there's a smoothness to it as far as anti-chafing. I'll say that the tapioca and the feel is not crazy like anti-chafing, like it's not like built up, but it does provide some like anti-chafing aspect of it. Compared to the other product I reviewed in the past, I'll say that one was much more of a powder when it dried, and prevented like chafing more, I would say, versus this is like it seems like a combination of like an antiperspirant plus an anti-chafing, so it's like a better all-around product from that standpoint. Really, I'd have to just try it out and kind of see the gist of it. But that's the 3 products. So we had the Lumberjack Electric Hair Trimmer, the Man Slab, and the Comfort Cream. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the camera. I'm going to actually shave my face with this just to get a sense of how it performs on like a beard hair, just for a general sense of how it performs, given I'm not going to shave my nuts on YouTube, which would be weird. And then we'll lather this up as well, just to get a sense of how it performs as well. Okay, so first off, what we're going to do is we're actually going to lather up the Man Slab just to get a sense of how it lathers. The aroma is very like evergreeny. It's very like woodsy, manly kind of smell. And it's hard to describe, to be honest, but we'll just lather this up and get a sense. Okay, so wetting it immediately, you immediately notice the lathering. It does have like a charcoal texture to it. That was an ingredient within it, so it does have charcoal. But I'm just gonna lather on my hand here. It does take a little bit of time to lather up, but does become very typical soapy, as you can see. Not the biggest of lathers as far as like compared to like shave soap, which shave soap like lathers up and becomes very airy and bubbly, but it does just kind of build up a film that you can probably spread evenly across wherever you're washing. But the aroma is very similar. It's like just a manly kind of scent, a kind of generic evergreeny kind of smell. So we'll rinse that off. But for that, it's probably a small amount goes a long way from that standpoint. So definitely something that if you're interested in trying out, you can try out, see if you like the aroma, like the feel for washing down in that area compared to using traditional soap. Now what we'll do is we're going to use the Lumberjack trimmer to shave my face. First off, what I'm going to actually do is use their smaller, or actually their larger guard. We'll see how it works. As far as this, please note that this isn't really tailored towards your face. It's more of like an all-around body trimmer, but this is the best example for using it on camera. So we're using the larger guard, which should be 11 millimeters. I don't even know if my beard's long enough for that. So yeah, it isn't, but we'll try the smaller one just to see. Sorry, it's a little bit cumbersome to come on and off, something that you do have to kind of finagle a little bit with, but here's the smaller guard, and so so if you see here, I might want to try on this side so you can see it on camera, but it is shaving pretty easily. So it's shaving without problems there. Now what we'll do is we'll just switch over to actually using it without a guard to see how smooth it gets. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shave my whole face using this. And I never use a beard trimmer, so I don't have personal experience with using stuff like this. I usually use razors and stuff, like straight razor and double-edged razors. So like if you look here, it is not getting, it's not the closest of shaves, like it's missing spots along my face here a little bit. So you do have to run it across. However, I will say that like it's not pulling, it's not tugging, it's not cutting in any way. So I think this is a product that's generally safe for using all around your body without having to worry about it cutting you, which is very important for when you're kind of working along your nuts, I would say. The nice part about this is you can really go any direction here. As far as shaving with this. So as you can see, it is shaving, but it is missing patches there. So I'm curious how it works like on the rest of your body here compared to your face. But as you can see here, I would say that For a facial razor, which it isn't really intended for, it does miss spots. This is something that I would have to shave with, so I'd recommend using some other sort of razor for that purpose. But what we'll do now is also shave my kind of hair here to get a sense. But like for the body hair, surprisingly, I guess because the body hair is a little bit fainter or softer, it does shave very closely here. So if you look at basically like when I'm shaving my hand here, it does get the hair all the way down to the skin and it looks smooth without any issues. So I think it's just not really tailored towards the strength of beard hair or just the texture of it. I'd have to check out down there to see if it actually works from that standpoint. But that's a general sense of how it performs. You'd have to kind of see whether it works for you or not. And then real quick, just because I'm curious about the nose hair trimmer, because it didn't seem to be working earlier, based on the sound of it. We'll try to test this out just to see how it works as far as this. But when you turn this on, there's just a very subtle hum. And to be honest, I don't think it's working. So I don't know if this is broken or not, or it's not set up right, but it just doesn't seem to be spinning. Yeah, there's something there. So for some reason the connection was poor. So now it's working much better, but here you just basically shave or cut your nose hair. And this is pretty standard compared to other products as far as that, but it works as you would expect. You just put it in your nose and it shaves the nose hair. So that's everything for this video, really. So this is the Happy Nuts Lumberjack Hair Trimmer. Good overall around on like hair on my hand, kind of smooth surfaces. Definitely doesn't cut, doesn't pull, doesn't tug, which is the main benefit of this product for the intended purpose. As you can see, it doesn't work great for facial hair, so I'm not entirely sure how it works down there. I'd have to test it out and get back to you. Then we had the Man Slab, which is a kind of general soap. It has a very manly kind of evergreeny fragrance, pretty pleasant, spreads pretty easily. A lot goes a long way. For that, I'd recommend just using it. Make sure you put it out of the shower, let it dry between sessions so you can optimize the use of it. And then lastly, we had the Comfort Cream, which is really just an all-around anti-chafing, anti-perspirant cream for those of you that need that type of product. It did have a very nice aroma as far as a cologne smell. You'd have to smell it and kind of see whether you like that aroma, but something definitely worthwhile trying out as well. So that's all I have. If you have questions, comments, post them below, but thanks for watching and have a great day.